Good evening. I'm going to call to order the successor agency of February 3rd, 2026. Teresa, can we have a roll call, please?
Agency members Valencia,
Present.
Vice Chair Rios, Chair Perez.
Here. Thank you. Moving on to consent calendar, can I get a motion? Teresa, can we have a roll call?
Agency member Valencia,
Aye.
Vice Chair Rios,
Aye.
Chair Perez.
Aye. And do we have an executive director's report tonight?
No executive report tonight, thank you.
And do we have any oral communications for closed session, for successor agency?
No.
All right, with that, we are officially adjourned for the successor agency. And I will now call to order the Norwalk City Council meeting for February 3rd, 2026. Tonight, good evening, everyone. I apologize for being a few minutes late. This evening, we are honored to welcome Mr. Zed, who serves as the president of the Universal Society of Hinduism and is globally recognized as a Hindu religious leader. He advocates, I can't talk tonight. He advocates for interfaith dialogue. Mr. Zed has delivered opening prayers for the California State Senate and the United States Congress in Washington, D.C., including other state legislators. In his spare time, if he's not traveling back and forth from Nevada, Mr. Zed produces a weekly interfaith panel called Faith Forum. We are grateful to have you this evening, Mr. Zed, and you're going to be leading us in the invocation. We are also pleased this evening to welcome Rosalie, a 7th grade student at New Harvest Christian School, who has been a lifelong Norwalk resident. Could everybody please stand? Mr. Zed?
Starting with Gayatri Mantra, which is considered the most sacred mantra of Hinduism, I shall be reading from ancient Hindu scriptures, some as old as 1500 BCE, then interpret in English. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. We meditate on the transcendental glory of the Deity Supreme, who is inside the heart of the earth, inside the life of the sky, and inside the soul of the heaven. May he stimulate and illuminate our minds. Astoma Sadgamya Tamsoma Jyotirgamya Mrityur Mamratam Gamya. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Tasmada Sakta Statam Karyam Karma Samachara Sakto Hyacharan Karma Paramapanoti Purusha Karma Neva Hi Samsiddhi Masita Jankadya Loka Sangreha Mevapi Sampa Shankar Tumra Hasi. Strive constantly to serve the welfare of the world. By devotion to selfless, one attains the supreme goal of life. Do your work with the welfare of others always in mind. Om Saha Navavatu, Saha No Bhunaktu, Saha Viryan Karva Bahai, Tejasvi Navadita Mastu, Ma Vidvisa Bahai. May we be protected together, may we be nourished together, may we work together with great vigor, may our study be enlightening, may no obstacle arise between us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om. Thank you.
Over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. If you could both join us up in front for a photo. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. Thank you, everyone, and welcome once again to our Norwalk City Council meeting. Teresa, can we have a roll call, please?
Council members Valencia,
Here.
Vice Mayor Rios,
Here.
Mayor Perez.
Here. Thank you. Welcome to February. Is anybody else like a little freaked out with that? And we're already 1 month into 2026. So thank you all for being here with us tonight. We had our roll call. So John, can we have a closed session report, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and City Council. Earlier this evening, the City Council recessed in closed session. All council members were present with the exception of Councilmember Ayala and Ramirez, who were absent. The first item was conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation on 3 matters. Council was briefed. There was no reportable action taken on item 1 for all 3 cases. Item 2, conference with with real property negotiators relating to the walk. Council was briefed. No final action was taken. There's no reportable action on this item. Item 3, conference with real property negotiators. This item number 3 was pulled prior to closed session. It was not discussed in closed session. There is nothing to report. Item 4, pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, conference with labor negotiators. Council was briefed by city staff. No final action was taken. There is no reportable action. That concludes my.
Thank you, John, and thank you for being here tonight with us in the city of Norwalk. Moving on to council comments tonight, we'll start with Councilwoman Valencia. Anna? Teresa, we need to make sure we put that in the record. Thanks, Anna. Vice Mayor Rios, Margarita?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to welcome everyone to our meeting this evening, and it's really nice to see a lot of the seats being taken, especially as I see a lot of our youth in the community and teachers and educators, and it's really nice to see that our community is here to listen to a little bit of what we have to contend with this evening in our decision-making, our agenda, and just meeting as a council, the leadership of your city, and happy to do the work that we do on behalf of you every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Margarita. It is the first of the month, like I mentioned, so your bulletins are available for social services and for the senior center. And the Norwalk Now was in your mailbox today. I saw it in my mailbox before I came to council. There's a lot of information there, my friends. So please make sure you take a look at all of those newsletters, our website, social media, etc. One big thing that I want to make sure that we highlight is this Saturday, we are having our groundbreaking ceremony for the walk right here at City Hall. It is open to many of our residents and the public, and it'll start at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. So if you're in the city and you'd like to join us, please feel free to join us here at City Hall. I do have a few people that I want to remember this evening as we adjourn our meeting in their honor. And the first is Miss Mary Betancourt. Mary passed away peacefully on December 9th after a courageous battle with cancer. In 1972, Mary moved here to the city of Norwalk with her beloved husband, Mike, and their sons, Mike and Steve. They built a life rooted in family. Faith did move to Texas to follow their oldest son, Mike, and his family. But she had family here in the city of Norwalk, Camarada, and surrounding cities. And while she was here in Norwalk at the beginning of December, she took ill and passed away here locally in California. So we will remember Mary Betancourt this evening at the close of our meeting. And the next person that I would like to honor was a very, very dear family friend, and that was Mr. Bernie Galley. Bernie's family is here with us tonight. Nancy is here, his son Steve, and his daughter Kathy. And I'm just going to read a little bit about. So Bernie was a beautiful soul that was a devoted resident to the city of Norwalk, and he just passed away on January 28th of 2026. Bernie's love for his community was evident throughout a lifetime of dedicated public service. He served the city of Norwalk with distinction as a council member, as a planning commissioner, having been appointed by former mayor Gordon Steffenhagen, and remained deeply engaged in civic life for many, many years. Bernie served on the Planning Commission, the Water Advisory Committee, Community Services Commission. He was appointed to the City Council and the Redevelopment Agency and the Norwalk Housing Agency, completing the term of former Eleanor Zimmerman. Bernie chose not to seek election in 1999, but his commitment during that period reflected his integrity and dedication to public service. He additionally served on the Citizens Under Freeway Fallout Committee, which I had a conversation with him and Nancy about recently, and talking about the struggles of that 105 freeway. He and Nancy helped address the community concerns related to the I-105 freeway and the Metro parking lot. Bernie is survived by his beloved wife, Nancy, and his children, as I mentioned, are here with us tonight, Steve and Kathy. He will be remembered for his kindness, his civic pride, and the lasting impact that he not only made on this community, but with his family. If you were a friend of Bernie, the viewing will be at Chapel of Memories on February 18th from 10 to 1 o'clock, and the funeral services are on February 19th at 11 a.m. at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Downey. Now, I am very honored to say, like I had mentioned, that Nancy, Steve, and Kathy are here with us tonight, and I'd like to invite Steve to come up to the podium if there's anything you would like to share about your dad and his commitment to the city of Norwalk.
Members. We're closing this meeting on behalf of my father, Bernard Galley, known as Bernie. When he was appointed to fill in for a vacant council member position by Gordon Steffenhagen, he insisted he recite his oath with one hand on his family Hungarian. He did this because for him, family mattered. And whether it was the swearing in at a city appointment or how he lived each day of his life, he lived it for family. And Norwalk is a family community, which he also loved serving in various ways, as you mentioned, on the council, planning commissions, and even volunteering at the health fairs here. So on behalf of my father and me, my sister, Kathy Jordison, Bernie's wife, Nancy Luke Galley, and all of his family present here are watching via live stream. My wife's husband, Chris, the grandkids, Josh, Brianna, Jacob, Brandon, Nathan, and Bailey. We want to thank Gordon, all the previous mayors and council members, Mayor Perez, Vice Mayor Rios, and the rest of the Norwalk council members for giving my father the ability to serve the community he loved, just like family. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing those beautiful words and being here with us tonight. Bernie was a staple in the city of Norwalk, and we will always remember Bernie and his entire family and those fond conversations that we had. Thank you so much. All right, moving on with our agenda tonight to our special presentations. We are recognizing the Angel Project sponsors and Stuff a Bus school participants. Tonight, the City of Norwalk is pleased to recognize the community partners who generously helped make this year's Social Services Department Angel Project program and the Norwalk Transit System Stuff a Bus toy drive a success. The Angel Project program plays a critical role each year by ensuring that holiday gifts reach children and families most in need across our community. In parallel, for more than 20 years, the Stuff a Bus program has supported local families during the holiday season through partnerships with schools, community groups, and local organizations. These combined efforts resulted in the collection of many new unwrapped toys, helping bring holiday joy to more than 1,500 Norwalk children and families. The City of Norwalk would like to recognize the many Angel Project sponsors who supported families during the holidays and participating schools, Nettie Waite Middle School and John Glenn and Norwalk High Schools for hosting the Stuff a Bus at their school. At this time, I will turn it over to our City Manager, Jesus Gomez, who will announce the Angel Project sponsors and transit Stuff a Bus schools by category. Each individual or group sponsors is called for the Angel Project categories. We invite you to come forward and take a group photo with the City Council. Following the sponsors, school representatives will be called for your photos. Council colleagues, please join me in the front for the presentations. And Jesus, we're turning it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council, and good evening to all our community members. On behalf of the City of Norwalk, thank you to our Angel Project sponsors and Stuff a Bus schools. We couldn't do it without you. First, we would like to recognize our Angel Project sponsors. As each category sponsors are called, please come forward for a group photo with the City Council. First, we have Diamond Level sponsors, and we have Knights of Columbus, Club of Norwalk, and Tom and Mary Jackson. As you can see, this is a beautiful display piece for your home. And next, for our silver level sponsors, we have the Alondra Senior Club, Golden State Water Company, Golden Trowel Lodge number 273, Loida Moreno with the International Club, Norwalk Superior Court, Norwalk Auto Auction, Norwalk Toyota Envision Motors, NCC Inc., also known as the Bingo Board, we have Pond Mart, Stephen Hagen Family, and the United Parents Senior Club. Again, we couldn't do it without you. And next are the major level sponsors. First, we have the American Legion Norwalk Post number 359. Next, we have Bajans and Friends for Health and Education, for Health and Education, Inc. International Senior Club, Lumina Home Health, Inc., MVP Hustle, Norwalk Stingrays, Norwalk Transit, Stuffabus, Shin 2 Presbyterian Church, and the Water Replenishment District of Southern California.
There you go. I love it. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for being here.
Next, we will recognize participating schools from Norwalk Transit Stuff a Bus program. These are our youth that are already making a difference. They're already giving back to our community to make a difference in other people's lives. Thank you for that. When your school name is called, we invite representatives to come forward for a group photo with the mayor, the vice mayor, and the city council. First, we'll have John Glenn High School. Next, we'll have Norwalk High School. And we will also call Nettie Wade Middle School. On behalf of the city of Norwalk, we want to thank all of you for your participation. And this concludes our special presentation of Angel Project sponsors and Stuff a Bus school recognitions. Thank you very much for the contributions you made to families in our community.
All right, thank you, everyone. Moving on with our agenda, we will move next to our city manager comments. Jesus?
Yes, Mayor, members of the City Council and our community. Tonight, I just want to thank the community, especially those who are here present, for finding your way to the parking structure. We have a different organized parking layout, which is the parking structure. And we have begun probably the largest project in many, many years here for the city of Norwalk. And we look forward for your cooperation, patience, as we perfect this transition from existing layout of parking spaces to the parking structure. There are two entrances, one between the courthouse and the parking structure, and the other is on Manuel Salinas. I recommend the Manuel Salinas entrance, a lot easier to get into the parking structure. So thank you for your patience, most of all. It'll be, what I say, a short while, about 2 years for this construction project, but it'll be a 50 years, 75 years of making a difference here in the city of Norwalk with this new project. The Walk, it's the name of the project. Next, I just wanted to mention that we continue to meet with the Hermosillo Park community to be able to come to an agreement on what the park will finally look like. And so just wanted to make sure I provide that update to you and the community. Next, we have, as we just saw the recognition for the Angel Project and Stuff a Bus, we wanted to give you a video. We want to make sure that the community knows what it looks like, what it's about. So with that, we can play the video.
Over the past few months, the City of Norwalk came together during the holiday season to support our community through a series of meaningful initiatives rooted in service, generosity, and compassion. Throughout the holiday season, gifts were collected at designated drop-off locations across the city thanks to the generosity of residents, local businesses, and community partners. These donations were carefully sorted and prepared by volunteers and city staff to ensure they reached local families. Through the City of Norwalk's Angel program, hundreds of children received clothing and toys, helping create lasting holiday memories for families throughout the community. This long-standing program continues to reflect the city's commitment to supporting local families during the holidays. Norwalk Transit's annual Stuff-A-Bus was also a tremendous success. Community members donated unwrapped toys that filled the bus and were distributed directly to local families on December 24th, delivering gifts throughout neighborhoods and spreading joy before the big day. Thank you to the volunteers, sponsors, city staff, and community partners who made these events possible. Your generosity and commitment continue to strengthen our connected community and bring holiday magic to Norwalk families.
So we recognized our sponsors, and now you get to see a little bit of the video of what happened, transpired throughout this time. Next, we had a great celebration. The Senior Center was 25th year birthday / anniversary, and we want to share that with you as well. So here it is.
The word's gotten out that this is the place that they want to be, because this is where they feel the most comfortable. This is where they feel wanted. This is where they feel heard. And I think that's the biggest difference that we have here, that they are noticed, that they are recognized. Even as just as a simple hello makes a difference in their day.
In fact, I told my wife, I said, they got a sign out there, if you feel bad, don't come. Well, when I feel bad, I come in here and I feel good. I just feel good.
In the heart of Norwalk, California, there is a place where friendships grow and purpose finds new meaning. This is the Norwalk Senior Center.
This is a place that they can come, they can socialize, meal, and most of all, as you see today, making friends. And I think this is a vital role that we play both in human services, their health and welfare, and their emotional well-being.
One of the other things I think that made us different was that we were actually just a senior center. Most other locations are / community centers. So in the morning you do all your senior stuff, afternoon it becomes a community center and it's open to everybody else. Here, they get to stay here all day, they get to do activities all day, and I think that's one of the biggest differences we have.
People come here now, they think this just been built. Is this the new building? No, it's been here 25 years.
Before the doors opened 25 years ago on San Antonio Drive, the center existed elsewhere. It was a different space, but one filled with the same spirit of care and community. It was the early chapter of Norwalk's promise to support aging with dignity.
Welcome to Norwalk Today. Today we're going to do a segment on the Senior Center this morning.
So all my friends are here. And it's a very nice, beautiful place here.
Better food than I could pick.
Hospitality is good.
And I enjoy coming here.
First day, I didn't think I'd want to, would like this, being around these older people. But you learn from them. People dancing, and I think, golly. The guys that I came with, they said, you want to come tomorrow? I said, yeah, I'll come back. And I just kept coming back.
Today, in 2025, that promise continues with renewed strength. Each weekday, residents gather here to share a meal, create art, and find joy in one another's company. They join classes, stay active, and take part in programs that nurture health, culture, diversity, and connection.
I love living in Norwalk because I think they have the best program for seniors. Me looking at other programs from other cities, they don't have not 1 inch of what we do here.
When there is a need, the Senior Center is ready to help. Caseworkers listen with care. Services guide the way. Together, we find strength and hope. No one walks through change alone.
People knew about us because of our caseworkers. You know, we have people still coming to speak with somebody who's knowledgeable about what they're dealing with.
There's so much help. There is mental health assistance. There is help with techniques of scamming to protect our elderlies. They devote so much time in looking at the needs of our senior community.
As we celebrate 25 years in this home, we honor the generations who have built and sustained this place. Their energy, wisdom, and care continue to lift Norwalk higher.
Yeah, I've been coming here almost every day since they opened. In 25 years, I'm still here, and I'm gonna keep coming.
I find the senior center to be an ongoing therapy. And I know that those that come here, even if they don't participate in classes or activities, just mingling and talking to each other is so positive, and it's what we need in every community. And Norwalk Senior Center has it.
With every step, every smile, and every shared story, it becomes clear. The Norwalk Senior Center is more than a building. It is a bridge between yesterday and tomorrow, a place where age brings purpose, where belonging has no limits, and where every person matters. Welcome to the Norwalk Senior Center.
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 Thank you. And the goal is for another 25 years so we can celebrate 50 years. So stay tuned. Next, we'd like to share a video of the homeless count. The county requires the cities to do a homeless, and so we take video to be able to share with the community this count for the unsheltered residents in our community. So with that, we can go ahead and share the video.
Each year, communities across Los Angeles County come together for the Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count, a countywide effort led in partnership with LAHSA to better understand homelessness and guide critical funding and services. In Norwalk, the count began at the Social Services Center, where volunteers gathered alongside public safety officers and the city's HOPE team before heading out into the community, helping ensure every person is seen and every story counts.
This information is sent to the county. The county ends up using the numbers and the data to distribute funding. And the goal is to identify everybody who's experiencing homelessness in the city of Norwalk.
It's because of all of you and all of our volunteers that we get to have the programming that we have in the city of Norwalk. So thank you all. Be safe, stay with your team, and just know we appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you all.
Later that evening, staff and volunteers rode alongside Norwalk Public Safety and HOPE team, identifying individuals experiencing homelessness and ensuring every count was conducted safely and respectfully. Thank you to everyone who stepped up to be part of the solution. Together, Norwalk is building a stronger, more compassionate community.
Great. Next, we have the bi-weekly video, and that's a recap of all the activities that have happened here in the city of Norwalk, and you'll find that we are a fun city. Check this out.
On January 17th, the Norwalk Senior Center celebrated a major milestone, 25 years of service to our community. With food and refreshments, seniors and guests came together to share memories, enjoy the moment, and look ahead to the future. Happy 25th anniversary to the Norwalk Senior Center. Here's to many more years ahead.
Happy 25 years!
The Social Services Center hosted a Winter Wonder Putt event on January 20th, bringing families together for a fun-filled evening of miniature golf. Families enjoyed time on the course with laughter and community connection. On January 21st, the city celebrated a major milestone with a mobile home red ribbon celebration, welcoming the Tejada family into their new home. The city thanks SMG Mobile Homes for providing guidance and representation throughout the home buying process. On January 28th, Mayor Jennifer Perez visited St. Linus Catholic School to speak with students about the importance of safety, awareness, and community. Joined by the City of Norwalk Public Safety Department and the LA County Fire Department, students learned firsthand from local first responders.
And that's just a little piece of Norwalk. So next, as I do in my comments, I want to update the City Council and our community in the city's efforts in assisting Norwalk families impacted by ICE activities since our last council meeting on January 20th, 26th. We have been very grateful to Chirla because social services and senior centers continue to work closely with them to offer monthly Know Your Rights workshops. These workshops take place every third Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Social Services Center. The next resource table on Tuesday, February 10th. Chila will also host a resource table at the Senior Center every third Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. beginning on Wednesday, February 18th. So they have sort of made it their home here in our centers in the city of Norwalk. I'd also like to share a piece of information that I've learned in this past week. If you have family members or friends that have been detained by ICE, we have learned that their right is to be able to call the Mexican consulate, and let me give for assistance. And that's area code 424-309-0009. And that is one of the latest resources that we have found lately here as we continue to provide resources and information to our residents. And Mayor, with that, that concludes my city manager comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. All right, bringing it back to our agenda, we have a consent calendar, items 1 through 8. Do I have a motion?
Second.
And before we take the vote, Teresa, I do have a list of commercial demands that I'm going to be abstaining on, and I'll provide you that list on item number 3. We have a first and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Valencia,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Rios, Mayor Perez.
Aye. Moving on to item number 9, appointments. Do we have any appointments this evening? Thank you. Then moving on to item number 10, to approve the selection of the Personnel Appeals Board members for upcoming appeals hearing. Do we have a staff report or any notice on that?
Yes. Ms. Karina Montes will present.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. Today's item was related for approval of the selection of the Personnel Appeals Board members for an upcoming appeals hearing. The Department of HR received a request for an appeal hearing before the Personnel Appeals Board for the Norwalk Municipal Code, Section 2.24.110, Section B. Subject to approval of the City Council, the mayor shall select 3 persons from the 5-member Personnel Appeals Board list to hear the appeal. The mayor has chosen the following 3 members to hear the matter: Emma Padaka, Gloria Rodriguez, Maria Carvajal. And the following member will be utilized should there be a resignation from the board, who is Olga Aviña. In accordance with the municipal code, the affected employee via union representation has been notified of the proposed board composition. Funds for the appeals are included within the HR department budget. Staff recommends that the City Council approve the Mayor's Personnel Appeals Board selections of Kim Apodaca, Gloria Rodriguez, Maria Carvajal, and the backup member should it be necessary. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Karina. I'll make a motion to move it. Can we have a roll call, please, Teresa?
Councilmember Valencia,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Rios, Mayor Perez.
Aye. Thank you. Moving on to item number 11, and that is direction for fiscal year 26-27 Annual Action Plan, Community Development Block Grant, Social Services Agency Funding Allocation. Jesus, can we have a staff report, please?
Yes, and Ms. Bethany Cardenas will present.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. This presentation begins a conversation about the essential services our community relies on and the funding needed to support them. We are requesting your guidance on the proposed funding recommendations for fiscal year 26-27 CDBG social services agencies before the first public hearing next month. The city is expected to receive a CDBG grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Up to 15% of the awarded grant may be allocated to social and public service agencies that serve our community. For example, if the city receives CDBG grant of $900,000, then $135,000 will be allocated to social service agencies. A notice for funding availability for social service programs was issued on November 7, 2025. The social service agencies were required to submit their applications by December 12th, and we received 12 applications. The applications were distributed to the Social Services Commissioners on December 17th, and they provided funding recommendations on January 8th, 2026. The upcoming timeline for the fiscal year 26-27 Annual Action Plan includes the following key dates. The first public hearing will be held on March 17, 2026. Then a 30-day public review period will begin on a council to adopt the Annual Action Plan at the second public hearing and the submission to HUD by the May 15, 2026 deadline. The public services priorities include focusing on programs that address gaps in social service resources with a minimum funding level of $20,000 to maximize each agency's goals and outcomes. This fiscal year, we received 12 applications, each offering a diverse range of services to meet our community's needs. These services include youth dentistry, science education, homelessness support, substance abuse and overdose prevention, legal assistance, mental health resources, job training, and life skills for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The city has worked with most of these agencies either now or in the past. 3 new agencies applied. They are Harm Reduction Circle, Mad Science, and Masada Homes. All 12 application scores range from 23 to 78 points out of 100. The estimated CDBG entitlement is $900,000 with a 15% public service cap of $135,000. The recommended funding for social services activities includes $75,000 for the emergency services programs and $20,000 each for the 3 top scoring agencies: Community Legal Aid, Los Angeles Centers for Alcohol and Drug Abuse, and Hoviness. The previous fiscal year, 2024 and 2025 data highlights the success and impacts of various agencies in providing funding and assistance. Community Legal Aid set a goal to assist 50 individuals with an annual budget of $18,827 and exceeded expectations, helping 87 individuals. Lakota aimed to support 150 individuals with over $17,000 in funding. They successfully assisted 1,069 individuals. Hoviness initially set a goal of assisting 15 individuals. Although they helped 14 individuals and received slightly less funding, they still had a positive impact in Norwalk. The Social Services Center targeted 25 families with a $75,000 budget. While they assisted 19 families, they continued to provide valuable services, resulting in final funding amount of $58,000. Norwalk La Mirada Adult School Job Training Program assisted 6 individuals. Low enrollment was one of their challenges, but they still secured a final funding amount of over $11,000. So overall, these agencies achieved varying levels of success, with 2 exceeding their targets and making a positive difference in the lives of those they serve. Staff is requesting guidance from the with the Director of Social Services. We are ready to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Bethany. All right, at this time, I'll bring it back to council for comments, questions, any input to give back to the team for our Margarita?
Bethany, thank you for the presentation.
Here.
I was looking over here. I was listening. Thank you for the presentation. I'm wondering if there's any slides or any information that staff would be able to share regarding the actual assistance that was offered through, if you bring up the slide where it shows how many participants, you just passed it, I think. I don't remember. A page.
I think it was the goals.
Okay, no.
That
There
one.
you go. Okay. So, can you give us an idea of the type of assistance that was offered? I mean, it doesn't have to be a complete list, but maybe just information on what type of valuable service was provided for the community legal aid. LA CAUTA, I have a pretty good idea of that already. Hoviness as well. So I guess on community legal aid and the social services center, those 2 items. The others I have a pretty good idea of services rendered and funding use. So what can you share in addition for community legal aid?
So I can speak for community legal aid based on the program services when they applied for the application. So it was free legal assistance to low-income residents for eviction prevention. So anything regarding rent relations, fair housing, those are what they added to the application.
I did see that. But my question is regarding because I thought their services were a little more broad. And I did see the request was for eviction services or assistance. But what other, I mean, the 87, how was it strictly for those dealing with eviction?
That is possible. We can look at their invoices and see what they billed us for past 24, 25.
And I think just to piggyback on that, Margarita, if I could, Bethany, what's the list of probable help that community legal aid would cover? I think that's something that I would like to see. Is it a broad spectrum list of we can only talk about and help and assist with these items? Or is it a little bit open where we might be able, other people can ask for services with legal aid regarding multiple topics? And
Yes.
the only ones that we are actually have gotten a request for are this.
Or for eviction services. But it is for broad. They can do civil suits, any legal help for low income that they can't afford, but they have to be Norwalk residents. But it's for broad.
Right, okay, so that was my understanding, and that's why, I saw the funding request, services for, but I'm very interested in learning more about the 87 that were assisted through this legal aid funding, because as the mayor mentioned, I'm under the impression that the services are a little bit more broad and inclusive, and so I think that would be helpful to know at the onset, so that if we've identified some type of need that's maybe more current or something that maybe we can actually have an understanding that those are the type of services the city is looking for, because that's what the residents need at this moment.
And then also keep in mind, when they assist, doesn't necessarily they went from beginning to the end. It can be, when they assist, it doesn't necessarily mean that they performed any services. It's just answering questions, answering phone calls, but it is broad. So I think that they saw a need was eviction services, because maybe the laws changes or the rental increases. So I think that may be why they added it there, but we will look at the invoices and bring it to you for the public hearing.
Yeah, I really would appreciate seeing that, because again, if it's, a number of calls that they're receiving for certain assistance or information, then I'd like to know that. And what about the 19? There's social services. What kind of assistance was?
I'll refer to Director of Social Services for that.
Yes, Ms. Rios. For social services, it would be for fire, home repair, rental system, first and last deposits, utility and car repairs.
Okay. And those that come and request assistance, I know obviously they have to be Norwalk residents, right? Number one. Are there any other requirements?
No, right
I mean,
now
other
it's-
than the need that they've requested. I mean,
Yeah, we just need proof that they
proof
are.
of residency, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you can bring the information next time, Bethany, for what I requested, and then if there's anything that you'd like to share in addition, Gabby, it's always good to see how these funding allocations are benefiting our residents.
Yeah, they can always call social services. We're here to serve.
Thank you.
So Vice Mayor Rios, my senior analyst, Rocio, provided me with the first quarter invoice for community legal aid. And so the services that they provided were domestic violence and elder abuse, tenant landlord issues, debt collection, and miscellaneous matters such as small claims assistance for disabled clients and consumer issues.
Okay, that's good.
Miscellaneous matters would be the broad.
Yeah. Who's your analyst?
Rocio Medina.
Boy, that was good, Rocio. Kudos to you. That's the kind of analyst everybody should have. Boom, you got the information.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Anna?
Thank you. My understanding is that, well, I know, our understanding, and we know that it's really hard to come down to which ones to fund and what have you, but I really want to thank our social services commissioners, because I know that they meet with you and your staff, and they go through this, and they look at all of the information provided. They bring in their own experience as well. So how many times do they meet to discuss this? A few times?
We met 3 times.
3 times, and all the times, I'm sure people have like, hey, what are the, which one do you think, what have you? So this is no easy task, and so I want to thank you and the commission. That have requested funding are very needy organizations and do great work in their own. So, but I do like the questions, and I respect the questions that my colleague has shared and the answers that have been given. Thank you. Because this is really good information. We know that, these folks are doing great work out there, but it's nice to have some of the details as well. And some of us have even made referrals, and some folks have been able to get some really good services from Community Legal Aid. I know definitely from LACADA, Social Service Center. So just, thank you. Thank you so much. I think that these are really good numbers. These are good agencies. We wish we could give more, but unfortunately, we do have a cap.
Thanks, Anna. And just to piggyback on some thoughts to bring back for the next presentation, I think what would be helpful is seeing how we advertise or let our community residents know that this funding is available. So when we're talking about legal aid, just to piggyback on, I think where myself and Margarita were going is who can ask for legal aid? What type of legal aid? What, are there any parameters? Like we can't do this, but we can do this. Legal aid is so broad, but maybe our residents need to pinpoint or have some examples on what it can be utilized for, they can request assistance for. I think looking at how we're sharing that information, starting with the public hearing in the next round of meetings would be very helpful. I do want to point out that several years ago, we were giving smaller dollar amounts to almost every agency. And this council really felt that the larger impact would be to narrow down the list and provide larger amounts. And I think the total assisted numbers that you presented tonight is a result on really focusing that effort. So thank you for that. And thank you for bringing this slide tonight to even start that conversation, because I know in the past, this information was always requested right away. So it's very helpful to see here we're providing funding, who's using it, how many people are using it, and that's such. So thank you for that. I hope you got information and what you were looking for to start the process for the next round of meetings. Again, thank you for everything to the team, the extra meetings, Social Services Commission. Thank you for continuing to partner and look at it. Sometimes reading the applications and making these hard decisions is not easy. And like Anna said, we want to provide funding for as many as we can, as long as the impact is needed. So thank you for that. Bethany, is there anything else you need from us at this time?
Take it from here.
Thank you. All right, moving on to oral communications. Our first speaker is Paki.
City Hall meeting was only keep a half a minute. You don't like my story. The wife of Joseph, 4,000 years ago in Egypt, her name was called two names, Anna. Anna, Anna Asiasi or Anna Sasi? A lookout cave in Tongan. It must be. And then she also have Ainu of Japan. Now people say her name was Ainu. What Ainu mean? I told you before. Ainu mean making drink. Her name mean, the man who served wine to Pharaoh. He's the same one who saved Joseph. Because he first tastes the wine, right? He's the man who tastes the wine. That's why Ainu in Tongan mean taste the wine, and he's been doing that for the family of Pharaoh. And the king, at the time of Joseph, was the same thing. But Joseph talked about that guy with the bread, right? They killed him. Why? because Joseph is the next one, a bread man. He is the bread man. What do you think of that? That's what happened in the story. They don't understand it. That's why they give me. I don't know if it's, it was look like Asian. I don't know if it's Japanese or they don't like me to tell the story. What do you think of that, huh? I'm telling you. I told that guy, well, they don't know. I am a chief for this whole area. Mine. People don't know. But I don't want to claim something stupid like that because I can get killed for it, you know. People kill people for saying something. So I don't believe I want to be a chief. I know people. Y chromosome C and Q, they were fighting. They were divided among themselves. The Y chromosome Q and C Polynesian found Pico Lake. And they found them in America. We are the one. I told them the story of Noah told the Gentiles, you be in the house of your younger brother, Sam. Right? Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker tonight is San Lino. We're calling our next speaker, Pocky. Thank you.
Hello, Council. I wish I could be here at this podium under better circumstances. Yet some other time I could be, but that time is not now. I take this opportunity to speak to you and ask, are you outraged? Outrage is not a pleasant feeling, but even more unpleasant is the fear that a child might have coming home one day from school not knowing if their parent will be present. The same fear a worker might feel, not knowing if their place of employment can continue with a fellow employee being kidnapped. The same fear that a resident might have within them, knowing that tomorrow might be another day that their own elected representatives continue to allow the encroachment of secret police in their streets. The name I chose today, San Lino, is that of a saint. The same saint who guarded over the school I attended. And when I was a boy there, I held those very same fears. Fear that one day, for some reason, my parent wouldn't be there just because they missed some form of documentation, a piece of paper, that my whole life would be stripped. And there are kids now feeling that. There are citizens now in these streets feeling that. I don't know if an emotional appeal will work. I don't know what appeal will, but I hope that my presence here today might further your hand to write something, to say something, to post something, to feel a little more, to do a little more. It's uncomfortable, but this discomfort pales in comparison to that felt by so many. Pales in comparison of the discomfort felt by those who had their life taken by this same secret police. Tomorrow, who knows who will be? I hope no more. But hope is what we hold in times where things are better. Now is not the time for hope. Now is the time for action. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Andy Uribe.
Good evening. As of last week, 8 people have died either directly at the hands of ICE or Border Patrol, or as this year alone, a lot more last year, to clarify, or as in the cases of Renee Good and Alex Freddy, or while under custody, as in the case of Geraldo Lunas Campos, who ICE officials first tried to claim was a result of suicide, however, was ruled a homicide as a result of an investigation by the medical examiner. This last example only highlights the opaque nature of immigration detention and lays clear the consequences of allowing the federal government to continue to operate without oversight. When the government begins to state as fact that which is proven false by multiple sources of evidence, a complete lack of urgency besides the bare minimum of the Continue Know Your Right workshops, other government officials continue to take bold actions in the face of this attack on our constitutional rights and on basic humanity. I list these not as a plea to our city councils, who I have little faith in doing anything more, but to let the residents of Norwalk know what should we expect from a council who truly cares for residents and is willing to stand up for the values that they claim to have. Just last week, a council member in Downey organized a training on patrolling for immigration activity and is working on setting up a rapid response network in the community to help respond to immigration activity. In Long Beach, several council members have put forward a resolution calling for the city to formally take a stance against the ongoing immigration raids and requesting the city attorney to draft a resolution calling for federal immigration accountability, expressing support for the impeachment and removal of the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, urging an end to federal policies and enforcement operations that subject the communities to violence and harm, and affirming the city's commitment to protecting civil rights, community trust, and the dignity of the residents. Finally, the New York Attorney General has committed to dispatching officials from her office to monitor immigration activity and document ongoing violations of human rights. These are just a few examples of actions that local governments are able to take or push for, both as a whole and in their individual and personal capacities. But I want the Norwalk residents to know that the community does not need to rely on government officials to protect our neighbors and ourselves. We have the power to organize ourselves, and I encourage everyone to get connected with mutual aid groups in your area and any networks in any capacity that you can. We keep ourselves safe.
Thank you. All right, we are wrapping up our meeting. As mentioned at the beginning, we will be closing tonight's meeting in honor of Mary Betancourt and Bernie Galley. This meeting is adjourned.